You open LinkedIn today and the same pattern repeats. AI governance specialist wanted. 5 years experience required. AI risk analyst needed. Must have CISSP, CISM, and three other certifications on top. AI compliance manager required. 7 years in cybersecurity mandatory. And you're sitting there and thinking, how am I supposed to get 5 years of experience when nobody will give me the first job? You want to work in AI cybersecurity governance, but every single door feels locked. The job descriptions read like impossible wish lists. 5 certifications, a master's degree, experience with frameworks you have never heard of, and somehow you need to know everything before anyone gives you a chance to learn anything. And here's what makes this even worse. You are watching AI explode everywhere. Every company is rushing to deploy ChatGPT, Cloud, and dozens of other AI tools. You see AI being used for hiring decisions, medical diagnosis, loan approvals, content creation. These organizations desperately need people who understand AI governance, who can assess AI risks, who can ensure these systems comply with regulations. The need is obvious. The opportunity is also massive. But you can't get your foot in the door because you don't already have experience doing the exact same thing nobody would let you do in the first place. It's the classic catch 22 that makes you want to give up even before you start. So let me guess what you're thinking right now. Maybe I should go back to school for another degree. Maybe I need to spend 5,000 euros on some expensive boot camp. Maybe this just isn't for me. Or maybe I'm not experienced enough. Maybe I missed my window and this opportunity is only for people who got in early and who have connections I don't have. If any of that sounds familiar to you, keep watching this video because what I'm about to share will completely change how you think about breaking into this field. Hi, my name is Gaurav Sinha, and I am a cybersecurity consultant and AI governance expert working here in Germany. I have over 10 years of experience across various digital domains, and I have spent the last few years specializing, focused on AI governance, risk, and compliance. I've worked with organizations across Europe, helping them navigate the famous EU AI Act, implement responsible AI frameworks, and build governance structures for their AI systems. But more importantly, I've personally watched dozens of people with absolutely zero cybersecurity experience break into AI GRC roles. I've also mentored career changers. I've hired people from completely different backgrounds and I've seen firsthand what actually works versus what just noise and gatekeeping. So let me tell you something that might surprise you a bit. Not only is it possible to break into AI cybersecurity GRC roles without experience, but this year is actually one of the best times in history to do that exactly. And I'm going to show you the exact roadmap that's working right now for real people in real world. So let's start with understanding why this opportunity even exists. According to the cybersecurity ventures, there are over 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity positions globally right now. That's not a typo. 3.5 million open jobs that organizations cannot fill. In Germany alone, the shortage exceeds 96,000 cybersecurity professionals, according to the recent industry reports. The talent shortage isn't some abstract concept. It's an absolute crisis getting worse every year. And here's where it gets really interesting for you. AI governance, risk, and compliance is one of the fastest growing specializations within cybersecurity. We're talking about a field that barely existed 5 years ago and is now becoming mandatory for every organization that touches AI technology. Now, think about what's happening in Europe specifically. The EU AI Act came into full effect in 2025. This is the world's first comprehensive AI regulation, and it applies to any organization operating in the EU or offering an AI system to EU citizens. Organizations are scrambling to understand what this means. They need people who can classify their AI systems according to the risk category. They need people who can implement technical documentation requirements. conduct conformity assessments, and ensure ongoing compliances. The problem is almost nobody has real experience with the EU AI Act because it's brand new. Everyone is learning, and everyone is learning together, which means your lack of traditional experience matter far less than your willingness to deeply understand these new frameworks. Then you have GDPR with specific implications for AI systems, the NIST 2 directives expanding cybersecurity requirements, and the Digital Operation Resilience Act affecting financial institutions. All this regulation creates massive demand for people who understand both technology and compliance. Companies aren't just looking for talent anymore. They are desperate for it. Okay, so before I go further, if you're finding this helpful and have any questions or doubts about what I have covered, drop a comment below right now. I read every single comment and do my best to answer specific questions. Your feedback also helps me to create better content that addresses what actually needs to be known. Here's why AI GRC is actually more accessible than other cybersecurity domains. Traditional cybersecurity roles often require hardcore technical skills. Penetration testing, malware analysis, security engineering, these demand deep programming knowledge and years of hands-on technical experience. Now, AI GRC is fundamentally different. And yes, you need to understand how AI technology works at conceptual level. You need to know what a neural network is, how machine learning models are trained, what algorithmic biases means, how AI systems can fail. But you don't need to be a machine learning engineer or a data scientist for that matter. You don't need to write code all day. What you need is ability to understand frameworks, regulations, and ethical considerations. You need critical thinking skills. You need to communicate complex concepts to non-technical stakeholders. You need business acumen and the ability to assess risk in context. This makes AI GRC one of the most accessible entry point into cybersecurity, especially if you're coming from backgrounds like business, law, policy, or even liberal arts in some cases. Let me break down what AI GRC actually means. Understanding this is your foundation. Governance in the AI context is about establishing policies, procedures, and oversight mechanisms that align AI initiatives with business objectives, while also ensuring ethical and responsible use. When an organization wants to deploy an AI chatbot for customer service, who decides if that's appropriate? What guardrail needs to be in place? How do we ensure the AI aligns with the company's values? Now, that's governance. Risk management involves identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks specifically to AI systems. These aren't traditional cybersecurity risks like malware or phishing. These are risks like algorithmic biases, where an AI system discriminates against certain groups, data privacy violations, where training data contains sensitive information, model drift, where performance degrades over time, and adversarial attacks, where bad actors manipulate AI inputs. Your job is to identify where these risks exist and implement controls to manage them. Compliance ensures organizations meet legal, regulatory, and contractual obligations related to AI. When the EU AI Act, organizations deploy high-risk AI systems must maintain technical documentations, implement quality management systems in place, and even register their systems in the EU database. They face potential fines up to 35 million euros or 7% of their global annual turnover for serious violations. So compliance isn't optional, it's existential for companies right now. So how do you actually build the knowledge you need? So for this, you would have to develop expertise in two parallel tracks. First, traditional cybersecurity GRC fundamentals. And second, AI specific considerations. The good news is almost all this knowledge is available for free or very low cost if you know where to look. Start with the traditional secure frameworks like ISO 27001 or ISO 42001, which talks about information security management systems or AI management systems. The NIST cybersecurity framework was updated to version 2.0 in 2024 and provides comprehensive guidance for managing cybersecurity risks. And if you are working in Europe, you must understand GDPR inside and out. Know the 7 principles. Understand lawful basis for processing. Know what constitutes personal data. Then layer on AI specific knowledge. The NIST AI risk management framework, which was released in 2023, has become the gold standard globally. Download it free from the NIST website and work through it section by section. The EU AI Act is publicly available and you need to understand its risk based classification system. What makes an AI system prohibited? High risk, limited risk, or minimal risk? Study the OECD AI principles. Look at the ISO IC 42001, the new standard for AI management system. Spend 30 to 60 days seriously immersing yourself in this content. Now, certifications. This is where people make massive mistakes. They think they need to spend thousands of euros immediately. You absolutely don't. Start strategically. Yeah. CompTIA Security Plus is probably the most recognized entry-level cybersecurity certification globally. It costs around 340 euros for the exam and covers foundational security concepts, which are kind of essential for any GRC work. After Security Plus, look at the ISACA's Cybersecurity Fundamental Certificate. For AI-specific credentials, research certifications like AI Governance Professionals or Certified AI Practitioner. Yeah, don't overlook the free certifications. Google offers a cybersecurity professional certificate through Coursera. You can audit for free. Microsoft has free security and AI training paths. So build your certification portfolio strategically, but I won't say extensively in the beginning. Now, here's what will immediately set you apart from 90% of other candidates. Build practical experience even without having a job. Create a GRC portfolio showcasing your understanding. Now, what do I mean by this? Document your knowledge by creating sample AI governance policies for a fictional company. Walk through how you would implement the NIST AI risk management framework for a specific use case like healthcare chatbot. Conduct an EU AI Act compliance gap analysis for a hypothetical AI system. Put this work on a personal website or GitHub repos, the link for which you can then share with your employers and also add it to your CV. Volunteer your skills to organizations that need help. Non-profits and small businesses are increasingly using AI tools, but almost none have thought about governance. Offer to help them and develop basic AI usage policies or conduct risk assessments for them. This gives you real-world experience you can discuss confidently in interviews. Now, let me talk about something crucial that nobody emphasizes enough. Soft skills are critically important in AI GRC, perhaps more than in traditional cybersecurity. You need strong communication skills because you will consistently explain complex AI and security concepts to non-technical stakeholders. Business executives, board members, legal teams, product managers all need to understand AI risks. And you are the person who makes that happen. So start developing these skills intentionally right now. Take free courses on business fundamentals and project management on platforms like Coursera, edX, LinkedIn Learn, and there are several more. This business acumen combined with security and AI knowledge is what makes a truly great AI GRC professional. When landing that first role, your resume and LinkedIn needs to be carefully optimized. Use keywords directly from the job description, terms like AI risk assessments, responsible AI, algorithmic fairness, EU AI Act compliance, GDPR compliance, bias testing. Target the right positions carefully. Don't just apply for roles which are requiring 5 years experience. Look for AI governance coordinator positions, AI compliance assistant roles, or even traditional GRC roles at companies investing heavily in AI. Focus on industries both heavily regulated and heavily invested in AI. So, healthcare organizations deploying AI for diagnostics, financial services using AI for fraud detection, government contractors, technology companies building AI products. These industries actively hire for AI GRC roles. Working here in Germany, I can tell you the European market has particularly strong demand right now. Entry level AI GRC analyst in Germany typically earns anywhere between 55,000 to 75,000 euros annually, which is higher than traditional GRC starting salaries because of the AI specialization. With just 2 to 3 years experience, you can move into a senior analyst role, earning 80,000 to 115,000 euros. AI GRC managers can earn well over 130,000 euros to 160,000 euros. Networking is not optional here. It's absolutely essential. Attend cybersecurity and AI conferences. Even virtual ones would help you. Join professional organizations like ISACA or IAPP. Reach out to AI GRC professionals on LinkedIn for informational interviews. The AI GRC community is still relatively small, and this can work to your advantage. Now, let me give you a realistic timeline. Yeah. If you are starting from absolute zero, expect to spend about 3 to 6 months building foundational knowledge and getting your first 1 to 2 certificates. Spend another 3 to 6 months building practical experience through portfolio projects and volunteer work while simultaneously networking and applying for various job positions. This means you could realistically land your first AI GRC role within 6 to 12 months of dedicated strategic efforts. Here's my final and most important piece of advice. Start today, not tomorrow or next week. Pick one specific action you're going to take today. Download the NIST AI RMF framework. That single action creates momentum, and momentum transforms aspirations into reality. The path into AI's cybersecurity GRC without experience is absolutely achievable. It requires strategic learning, practical application, active networking, and genuine persistence. And hundreds of people are doing it successfully right now. There's no reason why you can't be one of them. Your lack of traditional experience isn't a permanent barrier. It's just your starting point. So if you found this valuable, make sure you are subscribed. And before you go, check out our playlist for more insightful videos on AI governance and cybersecurity. Every single person working in AI GRC today, including me, started exactly where you are right now, with no experience, probably some doubts, but with genuine desire to break into the field. And rest assured, you absolutely have what it takes. This is Gaurav, and I'll see you in the next one.